Have you ever caught yourself wondering what actually makes sex great for a man? Not just good sex, not just fun sex, but the kind of sex that leaves him lying there afterward thinking, wow, she's unforgettable. Because here's the truth that very few people will tell you. Men may not say it out loud, but they crave something much deeper than most women think. We often assume men are simple, right? That they just want physical release. That's it. But in reality, great sex for a man is so much more layered, so much more emotional, and yes, so much more vulnerable than most people give them credit for. Imagine this. He's not just thinking about your body, he's thinking about the way you make him feel. When he looks into your eyes and sees desire staring back, when your touch tells him he's not just wanted but craved, when the energy between you is playful, passionate, and alive, that's when sex transforms from an act into an experience that imprints itself on his memory. And here's the kicker, most women don't even realize they have this kind of power. They think great sex is about technique, or about how long it lasts, or about doing something wild. But if you ask men what truly makes sex unforgettable, they'll give you answers that might surprise you. Answers that are emotional, psychological, and deeply connected to who they are as men. So today I'm going to break down exactly what men secretly crave in the bedroom, the 7 things that elevate intimacy from good to great. And trust me, once you understand these, you won't just be giving him pleasure, you'll be giving him an experience that bonds him to you on a whole new level. Now here's the fun part. Some of what I'm about to share will confirm what you already suspected. But some of it's going to flip your assumptions upside down. And if you stay with me to the very end, I'll even share a bonus tip, the kind of insight that will have him thinking, she gets me in a way no other woman ever has. So grab your tea, lean in, and let's talk about what great sex for men really is. Here's the first secret to great sex for a man, and I promise you, this one is bigger than most women realize. It's the feeling of being desired. Now, let's be honest. Society paints this picture that men are the ones who always chase. They're the ones initiating, pushing, craving. But do you know what flips his world upside down when you show him that you're the one who can't keep your hands off him? When you lean in and whisper, I need you right now. When you kiss him like you've been waiting all day to taste him. Because here's the truth, men may look confident, but deep down, they have insecurities too. They wonder if they're attractive enough, strong enough, sexy enough. And when you show him that you desire him, not just tolerate him, not just say yes when he asks, but genuinely want him, it lights him up from the inside. Think about it. Imagine him walking through the door after a long, draining day. He's tired, his head is full of stress, and then you look at him with that spark in your eyes, that look that says, you're irresistible to me. In that moment, he forgets everything else. He feels masculine, he feels wanted, he feels alive. And ladies, here's the best part. This isn't about how you look or what lingerie you're wearing. It's about the energy you bring. Desire is communicated in the way you touch him without being asked. In the way you lock eyes with him across the room, in the way you bite your lip when you see him. That energy tells him, you're the man I want. When a man feels desired, he stops just being a participant in sex. He becomes present, engaged, and passionate. Suddenly, it's not just about release, it's about connection. He's not just making love to your body, he's responding to your desire for him. And that, ladies, is the first secret to great sex. Make him feel like he's the only man on the planet who can light you up. Now let's move to the second secret, and honestly, this is the one most people overlook. Men crave an emotional connection during sex just as much as women do. Yes, read that again, because so many women have been told men are purely physical, that all they care about is the body, the act, the climax. But great sex, the kind he'll never forget, that happens when he feels emotionally bonded to you. Think about it like this, a man can sleep with someone and enjoy it on a surface level, but when he's emotionally connected, it's a whole different world. The intimacy hits deeper, the pleasure lingers longer, and it's because sex becomes more than skin to skin, it becomes soul to soul. Picture this, you're together, and instead of rushing, you pause, you look into his eyes, you smile in that way that says, you're mine right now. That moment of connection, that gaze, that vulnerability, it makes him feel safe. It makes him feel seen. And when a man feels seen, he opens up in a way that makes everything more powerful. Emotional connection is built in the little things, the way you touch his face, the way you whisper his name, the way you laugh together even in the middle of intimacy. That playfulness, that honesty, that closeness, it creates an atmosphere where he doesn't just feel like he's having sex. He feels like he's sharing something that no one else could ever replace. And ladies, here's where your power comes in. When you show him that sex with you is not just about his body, it's about the bond you share, he feels it in his core. He'll walk away from that experience thinking, she's not just sexy, she's the one I trust, she's the one who knows me. Because for men, great sex isn't about performance, it's about presence. When he feels connected to you emotionally, he gives more, he loves harder, and he remembers you as the woman who made him feel both desired and deeply understood. Bites. All right, ladies, let's talk about the third secret men crave: adventure and playfulness. Now, here's the thing. Men don't just want sex, they want excitement. They want to feel like being with you is an experience. Because routine kills passion faster than anything else. If he knows exactly what's going to happen every single time, it stops being electric and starts being predictable. And trust me, predictability is the enemy of desire. So what do men really crave? They crave those little surprises that make intimacy feel fresh. Maybe it's the way you suddenly grab his hand and pull him closer when he least expects it. Maybe it's whispering something cheeky in his ear in the middle of dinner. Maybe it's switching up the mood, sometimes slow and sensual, sometimes playful and tasing. That variety keeps him on his toes, and it makes him think, I never know what's coming next with her, and I love it. And here's the fun part, it doesn't even have to be extreme. Adventure can be as simple as changing the setting, trying something new together, or letting your playful side out. Think laughter, tasting, flirting like it's your first date all over again. That lightness and fun translate directly into the bedroom. Because here's the truth, men crave a woman who doesn't take intimacy too seriously, someone who can laugh when things get awkward, someone who can play, tease, and flirt even when you've been together for years. That playful energy keeps passion alive because it reminds him of the early days, the spark, the chase, the thrill. So if you want to give him great sex, don't just focus on the physical act, bring in the adventure. Surprise him, be unpredictable in the best way. When he feels that sense of fun and spontaneity with you, it doesn't just excite him physically, it makes him crave you emotionally. Because suddenly, you're not just his lover, you're his adventure. Now, this next one might surprise you because most people don't connect it with sex at all. But ladies, listen carefully, men crave respect and admiration in the bedroom just as much as they crave passion. Here's why for men, sex is tied deeply to their sense of identity. It's not just about their body, it's about their worth, their masculinity, their ability to make you feel something no one else can. And when you admire him, when you show him that you see him as strong, capable, and desirable, that admiration doesn't just stroke his ego, it ignites his passion. Think about the last time you complimented him in a way that made his chest puff up just a little. Maybe you told him, God, I love the way you touch me. Or, you make me feel so safe when I'm with you. Watch his face in those moments. That look, that's pride. That's him feeling like your hero. And when a man feels like your hero, he will give you everything, especially in intimacy. Now let me make this clear. Admiration isn't about faking it or flattering him for the sake of it. It's about letting him know that you genuinely appreciate him both inside and outside the bedroom. When you acknowledge his effort, when you celebrate the way he makes you feel, he doesn't just enjoy sex, he feels purposeful in it. Because here's the truth, when a man feels respected, he doesn't just perform, he connects. He's not just chasing pleasure, he's chasing the chance to keep making you feel that way again and again. And that's when intimacy goes from good to absolutely unforgettable. So the next time you're together, don't underestimate the power of admiration. A whispered, "You're amazing," in the right moment can mean more to him than any technique. Because to him, great sex isn't just about release. It's about knowing that in your eyes, he's the man. And that, ladies, is what makes him crave you on a level he can't even put into words. All right, ladies, let's talk about a secret that very few people even consider when it comes to sex. Men crave the safety to be vulnerable. Now, I know what you might be thinking. Vulnerable. Men, because on the surface, men project strength. They want to appear confident, powerful, in control. But underneath that, there's a side of him he doesn't show the world. The truth is, sex isn't just about a man feeling strong. It's also about him feeling safe enough to let his guard down with you. Picture this in his daily life. He's under constant pressure, work, responsibilities, expectations. He's always performing, always the man. But behind closed doors, what he secretly craves is the freedom to just be himself, to be goofy, to be tender, to show you the parts of him that are unsure or imperfect without feeling judged. And here's the magic: when you create that space for him, intimacy transforms. Suddenly, sex isn't just about pleasure, it's about trust. It's about him knowing, I can let go here. I don't have to impress her. She wants me exactly as I am. That safety allows him to explore deeper levels of passion with you. Maybe he wants to try something new but feels shy. Maybe he wants to slow down instead of always performing. Maybe he just wants to be held afterward instead of rushing away. When you make him feel safe in those moments, you're not just his lover, you become his sanctuary. And ladies, here's the secret power in this. The moment a man feels he can be vulnerable with you, you become unforgettable, because very few people in his life give him that freedom. Out in the world, he's the strong one. With you, he gets to be real. And that contrast is addictive. So remember this: great sex isn't just about making him feel powerful. It's about making him feel safe enough to be human. And when he feels that balance with you, he won't just desire you, he'll trust you with parts of himself no one else ever gets to see. No, ladies, this one is a game changer, and it's something men might never admit out loud. The 6th secret men crave is your passionate energy. See, here's what most people don't realize: men don't just want sex to happen to them. They don't just want you to say eyes. What they crave, what drives them wild, is when they feel your raw passion, your hunger, your enthusiasm for them. Because think about it, how do you feel when you know someone is only halfway present, when they're holding back, distracted, or just going through the motions? It kills the vibe. Men feel that too. They don't want a woman who's just there physically. They want a woman who's lit up with desire, a woman who wants him just as much as he wants her. Passion is in the way you kiss him like you mean it, the way your hands move over him without hesitation, the way you let go of self-consciousness and just surrender to the moment. That energy is intoxicating. It makes him feel chosen, desired, and unforgettable. And let me tell you something powerful: your passion doesn't have to look like a movie scene. It doesn't mean being wild every time. Passion can be soft, it can be slow, it can be the way you moan when he touches you, the way your breath quickens when he leans in. It's the authenticity of your reaction that tells him, she's here with me, she feels this, she wants this. When you bring passionate energy, you flip a switch in him. Suddenly, he's not just focused on his own pleasure, he's obsessed with giving you more, because your passion fuels his passion, your fire feeds his fire, and together it creates sex that's not just physical, it's unforgettable. So remember this: men don't crave perfection, they crave energy, they crave that spark, that surrender, that heat that says, I'm all in with you right now. That's what makes him feel alive, that's what keeps him hooked. And that, ladies, is why passionate energy is the heartbeat of great sex. Now, for the final secret, ladies, and this one might be the most underestimated of them all, it's what happens after the passion. Men crave aftercare and affection. See, for so many people, sex ends the moment the climax does. But for men, what truly makes sex great, what makes it unforgettable, is the way he feels in the moments that follow. Does he feel like you're still connected? Or does it feel like it was just an act? Here's the truth: men want to know they're more than a body to you. They want to feel like the intimacy meant something. And the way you show that is through the little gestures, the soft kiss on his chest, the way you hold him, the way you let your head rest on his shoulder. Those small acts of affection tell him you're not just a partner in bed, you're someone I care about. And here's the part that will surprise you: many men won't ask for this out loud because vulnerability can be scary. But when you give it naturally, it melts them, it reassures them, it makes them feel loved. And that feeling of love, of closeness, of safety, That's what keeps him coming back, craving more of you. Think of it like this: sex is the fire, but affection is the warmth that lingers long after the flames die down. It's what makes him roll over, hold you tighter, and think, this is more than just sex. This is connection. It could be something as simple as running your fingers through his hair, whispering, "I love being with you," laughing about something silly. That intimacy beyond the act itself cements the bond between you. Because great sex doesn't just happen in the bedroom. It's in the way you nurture the closeness afterward. It's in the way you show him that you don't just desire his body, you care for his soul. And when a man feels that, when he knows he's both your passion and your peace, that's when he realizes this isn't just sex. This is love in its most powerful form. So ladies, let's bring this all together. We've uncovered the 7 secrets men secretly crave when it comes to great sex: the feeling of being desired, emotional connection, adventure and playfulness, respect and admiration, safety to be vulnerable, passionate energy, and finally aftercare and affection. Notice how none of these are about perfection or technique or looking like someone in a movie. They're about you. They're about you, your energy, your presence, your authenticity. Because great sex isn't about ticking boxes. It's about creating an experience that leaves him thinking, she's unforgettable. She's the one I can't get enough of. And here's the truth: when you tap into these 7 secrets, you're not just giving him pleasure, you're building a bond. You're making him crave you not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, and even spiritually. That's the kind of intimacy that keeps passion alive year after year. So my challenge to you is this: don't just listen, try it. Tonight, tomorrow, or the next time you're with him, bring just one of these secrets into play. Watch his reaction. Watch how his energy changes, and then imagine what happens when you bring all 7 into your love life. If you found this eye-opening, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. And tell me in the comments which of these 7 secrets surprised you the most. I'd love to know. Until next time, ladies, remember, great sex isn't about doing more, it's about connecting deeper. As we come to the end of this journey, let's pause for a moment. We often think great sex is about techniques, performance, or lasting longer. But the truth is, great sex for men isn't just physical, it's emotional, psychological, and deeply human. It's about being seen, being desired, and being able to let go without judgment. We explored 7 secrets men quietly crave: intimacy, affirmation, emotional connection, variety, playful energy, trust, and mutual satisfaction. Each one goes far beyond the bedroom. These are not just fleeting desires, they are the building blocks of a man's confidence, self-worth, and lasting happiness in his relationship. Great sex at its core is when a man feels accepted as he is, not pressured to perform, but encouraged to connect. It's when his partner shares in the experience, not just physically, but emotionally. It's when laughter, trust, passion, and closeness melt into a single unforgettable moment. So the next time you think about what great sex means, remember, it's not about chasing perfection. It's about creating connection. It's not about having the perfect body or stamina, but about presence, honesty, and vulnerability. Men don't just crave sex, they crave intimacy, respect, and the feeling of being enough. When those needs are met, sex becomes more than pleasure. It becomes unforgettable. Because the truth is, great sex isn't what men do, it's what they feel. And when a man feels truly loved, everything else falls perfectly into place.